Belge, je crois, non, qui était venu nous voir l'année dernière et le pilote de session de ski. Donc, mesdames, si vous êtes munis d'un billet en salle générale, on va laisser passer. L'entrée dans le
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. I think I have everything working. I'm not sure. Cricket Monster FL here. I've got a cast of characters this year with me today. A lot of familiar faces. So I did the executive thing and didn't even tell anybody that I was going to quickly mute everybody and just come in myself. Welcome. This is the, I believe, third to fourth pre-race show that we've got going on for you guys this year. And basically, it's just us with an ambient shot of Le Mans. We talk about the race that's going to be coming up before the main live world feed kicks on. So if you thought that this was going to be any enlightening or engaging material, you thought wrong. If you thought any of this was going to be even funny banter, you thought wrong as well. So, but without further ado, hopefully, if I did everything right, here we go. Welcome, everyone. I am joined by Floodman Chris Washer, Lotta, One Funky Note, and Syndrome. We got a bunch of people in here tonight, so at the count of three, I guess everybody say hi. 1, 2, 3, hi. I don't know how to introduce everybody. I don't know if we have desktop audio, so nobody might be hearing everybody right now, so we'll find out.
If you hold on one second, I'll tell you.
There we go. All right, I think I have everybody. So now everyone say hi.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Okay.
I don't repeat myself.
There we go.
You got none?
So we've got how many we got in here? Holy, 6 of us in here.
Yeah.
This time I think the max we had was 3 to 4. So this will be fun to try to everybody try to get a word in. But
yes.
what a pre-race show I guess we have in store for you guys. But that's to cover the 85th running of the 24 Hours of Le Mans, which is going to be unbelievable coming up here in less than 2 hours. Flood.
Yeah.
You have been basically our friendly face on the sub for the last month or so. Tell us what are you expecting? What should old-time users, new-time users be looking out for around the sub? What should we be doing here?
Well, I just say, firstly, everyone should get in the discussion threads in the IRC, because my first WEC IRC was the 2014 24 Hours of Le Mans, and it was the best experience I ever had. And now I've been stuck here ever since. So go figure. Otherwise, all the resources you'll ever need will be in the race thread, which will be posted very soon. And also in the everything you need to know thread, which has been up for the past 2 weeks. Just a quick thing on the everything you need to know thread. Over the past 3 weeks, that has got 10,000 views. So that's awesome, and I'm very, very happy that everyone's gotten so much out of that. So yeah, just get involved, comment, talk. We're all friendly here. We all love to share what we've known, what we know, and what we've learned. So if you're ever unsure about anything, ask, and everyone will swoop in and give you answers.
But make sure you do it inside the question thread.
Yeah,
or just in the race thread.
Yeah,
true.
We've been, we want to be as helpful as we can to questions, but a lot of times, especially now, when the sub starts to actually fill up with posts, we get more than a few a day, and we start to get a lot of these inundated. We want to try to keep the questions limited to maybe more of an official thread, and so we ask everybody to just kind of be posting them in the discussion threads and in the official, even in the everything you need to know threads as well, because people still watch those. But yeah, so it's not a lack of that we don't want to answer the questions. It's just that we want to have visibility with the most amount of links to get you guys the most amount of information throughout the race, and so you guys have a better experience in the sub. So, but yeah, so keep answering away, and again, on behalf of all of us, I mean, we're so appreciative of the amount of effort everybody does and puts into just even being as friendly as possible. I mean, I guess 2017, not everybody has to be the most friendliest people around, I guess, to get by. But it just seems like our community just goes above and beyond whenever possible to try to help everybody understand and learn the sport. And it's just been great to see. So keep up the good work, everybody. Yeah, so beyond that, though, let's talk about the race. We're almost game time here. We've got a lot of storylines I guess we could cover and go over, but most importantly, it's going to be at the front. Does Porsche fire a warning shot past the bow of Toyota at the start of this race. It seemed like Toyota would usually be the ones that were on the back foot every now and then with Audi or Porsche, and would just try to press early on to see if they can keep up and and then back off. But now, just for this race, it feels like the tables have turned. It's Toyota that's at the front. Will Porsche try to push them? That's my curious take here at the beginning.
I don't think Porsche have enough to be able to push them, but I still think it's going to be closer than we were expecting from the times in the test day and the times that we've seen through qualifying. On qualifying, just quickly, Kamui Kobayashi's lap was probably the most perfect lap of Le Mans I've ever seen, but it's also a lap that didn't have any traffic, had perfect conditions for that sort of lap time, and was just in the mindset of putting that sort of lap time in a race situation. We saw at least through the testing, the Porsches be much closer on pace and stint length with Toyota than they were on one lap pace. So it's going to be closer than we may have expected, but I don't think Porsche will be pushing. I think maybe the other way around. Toyota are going to try and stretch Porsche because they know that Porsche's resources are limited in that respect.
There's also one thing that a lot of people didn't notice for Kamui Kobayashi's lap, which is that it was set on the medium tires. He could have gone faster on the softs.
Yeah.
So there's still a lot more pace left in that car.
So do you think it was a strategic decision that only one of them got to that lap point or that lap time, or do you think that would kind of validate Seb Buemi's comments that they need to change the qualifying format because they could never get a clean lap in?
I think
they rock, paper, scissors for it.
Yeah, I think it still would be nice to have just prototypes and then
scissors,
just
rock,
GTs,
paper
but it's whatever, honestly.
I disagree. I think Le Mans, being Le Mans, has this heritage and has this history of having the one lap of any of the three sessions, and I mean, everyone else missed the punch. Kamui Kobayashi was the first one out on track, had the perfect track conditions, had no traffic, and he was the one who put the lap in. Toyota had the other opportunity with the number 9, who was also on that lap, but Yamagi, who's that? I keep getting that guy's name wrong. Yuji Kunimoto missed his shot, and he didn't get that lap in. Earl Bamber and Timo Bernhard also had the shot. Sorry, not Earl Bamber, Nick Tandy and Neil Yanni and Timo Bernhard also had the shot to put that one lap in, and they didn't get there because they were all on track at the same time. But Kamui Kobayashi was the one who executed it, and I think that's the way Le Mans should be.
Interestingly, Tandy's fastest lap of the event so far was actually this morning in warm-up, and it was still 5 seconds off of the pole time. Make of that what you will.
It's still under 320, which is under what everyone was setting last year.
Yeah, there was a 320.1, so.
It speaks for ultimately it will speak for the driver talent too that you're going to find also, that it really just ultimately I would say is on par with some of the F1 talent. So I mean, even though there's no Fernando Alonso in this one, we still have Kamui Kobayashi, who's now has the fastest time around the Mans, but then you also have almost half the Formula E field as well that's driving in various classes around the Mans this year as well. So no shortage of worldwide talent that you're going to find as well. So but yeah, it's going to be a great race.
It's going to be a great race.
Talent-wise.
I just want to talk a little bit more about qualifying. We all know about Kamui Kobayashi's lap. The full video of that lap is now already the 3rd highest post on r/WEC. So go check that out if you haven't seen it already, because it is sublime in its execution. But I think the biggest story from, not the biggest story, but another big story from qualifying is that in every single class, we had a brand new lap record.
In some total, cases by a metric fuck ton.
Yeah. Keep in mind we're live here.
True. I'm tired. Don't mind
me. In total, we had 12. Any class lap record broken 12 times in total. So we saw a new lap time in LMP2, a new lap time in GTE Pro, and a new lap time in GTM. And I think the craziest thing is the LMP2 lap time is faster than the LMP1 lap time from 2011. That's right. the modern LMP2 class is faster than the first iteration of the Audi R18. In fact,
That is a little ridiculous.
that is a little ridiculous. If you took the top 3 qualifiers from the LMP2 class, they would be the first 3 on the grid for the 2011 race. I think that is mental, and the new LMP2 class this year at Le Mans is going to cause a lot of problems in traffic because of that.
Yeah, I remember a couple of drivers were saying in LMP2 that they were passing the P1 guys on the straights only to get blitzed through the corner. So it's going to be a game of, do I really want to do this, or do I just want to chill out?
Yeah, and I was watching the number ones on board through qualifying, and I remember seeing I think it was Gianni in the car at the time. He stayed behind the LMP2 down the straights on purpose to get the draft. And then as soon as he got to the corner exit of Mulsanne Chicane 1, he was just gone. It's
like,
just
"See
the
ya."
acceleration. Yeah, exactly. The acceleration of the cars is just so much faster in LMP1. So I think we'll see a lot of that throughout the race. We'll see a lot of the LMP1 guys waiting until after the corners to just blitz past the LMP2 teams.
It'll make it more of a requirement for all the drivers to be as have precise in decision making, I guess is the word I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
You know,
There's no room for error anymore.
right. You're definitely in professional driver speeds in terms of just the cornering speeds and top speed that you're achieving. So, you know, being quick on the decisions are going to be vital. And that goes especially important for all the gentleman drivers and bronze and, you know, silver drivers that are in LMP2. They're going to have to be heads up and have a game plan going in to be either passive or to, you know, have a good understanding of how to interact, especially not only with the GT traffic because they're just so fast now, but also the P1 traffic. I mean, you're going to have situations where they're going to be only a few miles an hour faster than you in some spots, and you're going to have to let them go, or else there's going to be a wreck. So that'll be something to look forward to.
And this is going to be a big issue, especially for the teams that aren't WEC regulars or ELMS regulars who aren't used to being passed at such exorbitant speeds. Like some of the, like the IDEX Sport car, perhaps the Eurasia car.
The Keating, the Keating
car.
Motorsports Riley, I think.
Yeah, it's going to be difficult. It's going to be interesting, and hopefully we don't see a big incident. You all right, one?
Oh, yeah, sorry. DC3 threw up a document for a drinking game, and like within 2 seconds, just like, poo man, poo point, fuck poo man.
So yeah,
beautiful. I love you, IRC.
IRC definitely.
Everyone just behaving all poorly, being all poo man.
That's
all right.
That's how it usually starts. And just as if anybody's not aware, IRC is our chat that we use basically throughout the race. It's where most of RWC sports car fans mingle, and it's just an internet-based chat. We've got a
it's
link.
where a lot of the regulars are.
Yep, we got a link on the sidebar. It's just to chat with us, and then it's also linked in all our threads as well to get on there. We also have an extension that shows up on Reddit as well under our subreddit. So.
It's called Orange.io.
Orange.io. So yeah, it's just a section of ours.
Click the big chat with us button that opens it.
Yep. So have at it, join, hang out. We'll have there'll be some themed stuff going on in there. It'll get wacky, if that's allowed. It'll be.
Oh no.
It'll be. There might be some bamboozles.
Hopefully the admins don't come back at us again.
Oh, no. Don't worry. I've already reached out. It'll be fine.
Brilliant. Story time.
We get permission before we do.
So,
learn
during
from the
the
mistakes.
2015 race,
2015,
we spammed IRC so hard, the admins of SnooNet came in and said, guys, what the hell?
Yeah, they nuked the channel for like 5 minutes, and then they realized what we were doing, and they're like, oh, okay.
They're like, oh, this is hilarious. Please continue.
Anyway, back to some more actual on-topic discussion. Just want to talk about the GTE Pro class quickly. We saw, I think, in the early practice sessions and in the test day, there was a lot of outcry from Ford fans and from the Ford team saying that why are people saying that we're sandbagging? We're struggling with this car and this configuration and this BOP. We're 7 seconds off the pace. And then through the qualifying session, we saw all marks of cars within 1.5 seconds of the top, and around a 230-second lap, that's less than 0.7% difference. So to Ford Performance and the Ford Racing team, that's why everyone was telling you that you were sandbagging, because we saw it. We saw it on your onboard streams. We saw you missing the apex by miles. We know what's happening. Treat us better than that.
And then just to further nail the coffin down for them, I went through and analyzed the improvements between the test day times and the fastest qualifying time. And Ford, the slowest improvement from Ford was 5.8 seconds. The next best improvement from a GTE Pro car was 4.8 seconds. So Ford, up yours.
Yeah, basically. And I've just posted that link in the IRC channel. You can have a look at that. There's a big table there with the improvements listed, so you can actually have a look and see who improved most from the test day. And as you can see, the Fords and a lot of the heavily AM LMP2 teams have improved a lot from the test day, and I wonder why that is.
I think it was because the pro drivers were doing qualifying instead of Patrice Lafargue digging around for 4 hours.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So another thing from the GTE Pro class is that we saw the Aston Martins be very, very strong, which surprised a few people, but honestly didn't surprise me that much. And B, the Porsches have since had a small weight break for them to increase their top speed along the Mulsanne straight. We saw that the Porsches were about 9 kilometers down at the speed trap compared to all the other GTE cars. So they've gotten a bit of a weight break, which would be good for the Porsche teams. That should move them a bit closer to the front. But the Aston Martins in the last year of the Vantage are looking like they've got the strength. And part of that is perhaps due to the Dunlop tires that they're running in that class.
Yeah, the Dunlops are really, really good at a high temperature range, which is something that we saw at the Nürburgring 24 Hours and at the
Rolex.
No, that's Continentals. Well, we definitely saw it at Nürburgring, but the Michelin tires are typically good in the cold conditions when there's less grip, and in the rain because Michelin. But
Yeah.
Dunlop
But
seems
the funny
to
thing
have
was,
got it correctly with the heat.
the funny thing was the lap times for the Astons came right at the end of that last session. That came basically at midnight. So what we have seen though is that Le Mans this week has been hot, has been blisteringly hot. So the track is retaining a lot of temperature. So that might be why the Dunlops seem to be a bit stronger. Yeah. Anyone else want to weigh in on that?
I mean, it's basically just down to the Dunlops are good in the heat, and the Michelins are not as good in the heat. So
yeah, you're really struggling with this, aren't you?
I really am.
They're
I really am.
I mean, it's over like that. Okay, it's just gonna be a bitch of a hellfest, guys. It's gonna be awful for the tires, for the engines, for the teams. The heat is probably my main concern this year for everybody involved. I think that's gonna just be a huge X factor.
And speaking of the heat, there's a new rule. There's a hot rule in place with cars that don't have AC in the cars. They're going to have to reduce their stint times. So basically, the cars that have AC, they're going to have to pit more often than the cars. Cars without the AC are going to pit more often than the cars with the AC.
And for the
And
record,
honestly, not about the-
I'm totally okay with this because you can't have somebody in a car for 3 hours roasting. That's just not fair.
Yeah, it's not that they'll have to pit more often. Is that they're limited to an 80-minute driver time, so you have to swap out. But the only car, that may affect the Toyota because they don't have air conditioning in that car. The Porsche, on the other hand, does have air conditioning, so we're able to manage that a bit better.
do we know the list of cars that do have AC and don't have AC?
Not Toyota and Toyota. Basically.
That's as much information that we've got on that.
And that will not affect night stints. That will only affect some of the daytime stints when the ambient temperature is over a certain amount.
Yeah.
So it's probably not going to be that effective.
Okay, we've got a few questions coming in from the IRC. Someone has asked, have Porsche shown any fuel savings that may help them in the race? Have we seen many fuel savings? I think we've heard rumors that the Porsche might be one lap better over the course of maybe 4 stints.
I did see that the Porsche was able to go at least a lap longer over 3 stints from qualifying, assuming that they were running out the fuel tank.
Not enough. They need more pace.
Well, one lap every 3 stints is well, a stint is about 45 minutes, so we call that one lap every 2.5 hours. So that works out to be what 9 laps over the course of 24. That could save you a pit stop. I mean, the stints are going to be around what 14 laps. So depending on slow zones.
It'll save you 1 pit stop, but at the loss of 4 seconds a lap. So if you ballpark it at, let's say, 27 laps times 4 seconds, that gets you 108 seconds. 3 minutes 40-second lap is 220 seconds. So
yeah,
you conceivably are gaining a lot, but that's also dependent on there being not a safety car and no incidents with the Porsche.
You're not getting a lap on the track. You're you're just gaining an extra lap. You're staying out an extra lap over the course of three stints.
Yeah. So that means that you're potentially saving 1 stop, which probably won't be enough.
Your deltas have to be close to the other car, which like Toyota was within 1 second last year, but they were managing maybe an extra lap every 2 out of 3 stints.
Yeah, they were much better on their fuel stints than that.
And they were just barely ahead of Porsche, by the way.
And also, just a quick note on the fuel and the tires. We've seen already that the fuel weight reduction has more of effect on the lap times than the tire degradation, and by a long way. So the tires don't really do much work in a straight line at Le Mans. So it's going to be the lap times are going to be more dependent on the fuel stint rather than the tire stint.
It's also really important to know that fuel is actually extremely heavy. Like people think, oh, fuel is just like water. Yeah, but when you have like X gallons of it, it's going to weigh a ton.
Another person basically in the car.
Yeah. Just imagine having Paul Dall'Anna sitting over your rear axle, and that's what a full fuel tank is like.
Who the fuck thinks a lot of liquid isn't heavy? I'm confused.
One more life.
Okay, all right. I got one. All right. DC3 asks, what electronic failure percentage do you think we'll see in LMP2?
In LMP2 this year, well, at least this weekend at Le Mans, we've seen mainly the Dallara have problems. I haven't really seen the Oricas or the Ligiers. I mean, the Riley, no mechanical failure as of yet.
Yeah, but the Riley is terrible.
Yes, but will it finish? It might. We don't know. Yeah, it might. So I think the Dallaras are going to be the only ones in the mass majority.
I disagree. We've seen so many problems. We saw problems for Tockwith, Graf, and one of the Dallaros at the ELMS round in Monza, and that was hot, and that was a 4-hour race. If we're going to be doing this for 24 hours and the heat that it is at the moment, I'm thinking maybe 20-25% of LMP2 cars will have electronic problems.
And most of those will happen during the daytime, probably in the first third race.
I'm going 33.3.
Repeating, of course.
When did we all of a sudden become pessimistic at the entire electronics division in P2?
Well, the thing is, we've seen evidence that it's a problem. That's the thing. We've seen evidence time and time again. It's a problem that hasn't been able to be diagnosed, and it's happened to all the chassis. It's not just something that's confined to one chassis. It's all of them. So if you've got 25 cars with the same chassis, which potentially are going to have the same problem, 4 or 5 of them are going to experience that problem in a 24-hour race, because this is the biggest test.
Cosworth did also roll out an update that supposedly fixed the traction control related ECU failure that's been happening.
Well, if they get through, I'm going to be very well surprised, because this is the worst conditions for electronics. It's going to be hot, it's going to be long, and it's going to be disgusting.
Also humid.
And speaking of hot weather, Toonport from the IRC asks, could the AC actually play a difference in driver concentration?
I'm going to say no, based on that we've seen drivers go for like an hour, hour and a half without AC and not lose pace. The only thing that it might affect is the ability of a driver to do a double stint, which, again, it's not really a problem when you have 3 drivers. So,
however, if you're doing a double stint, if you're going to be changing drivers, that is going to lose you time in the pits. If you... Depending on the driver and depending on the professionalism of the driver, it will make a difference. I think some of the AMs will struggle, especially if it's going to be that hot for that long.
A
couple of AM drivers are going to drop.
If you can remember the Circuit of the Americas race from, I believe, last year.
I mowed yesterday and about passed out.
There was a couple drivers who were extremely exhausted after being in the car at Coda, which was granted a lot hotter than Le Mans, but that can affect you definitely. But in this case, I think the pros will be fine, but especially a lot of the older guys like the Lafargues and the Ben Keatings and such will probably not be happy at the end of the stint.
Yeah. And it's not just sorry, the heat will also I think Tumpa's right. The heat is actually going to affect people's concentration and we will see mistakes. Because I don't know about you, but when it gets hot as balls, I start to focus on how hot as balls it is and not about what I'm doing.
Hey, Flood, we're live here, buddy, so I just want you to simmer down with that kind of talk. Will an LMP2 get on the podiums? Asks Ender52. Depending on how the heat affects these cars, and maybe. We've only got 5 in between pretty much from the front to P2. Bicoles will not, might not even be able to stay in front of these P2s by the start of the race here. So,
speaking of which,
yeah, that's a possibility.
Bicoles may not be
breaking
starting the race.
Yeah,
really?
problems
What
with the
happened to
Nissan engine, I believe.
Yeah, apparently Bicoles engine grenaded itself in warm-up.
Oh no!
So
I was really looking
Marker
forward to them
Doom
doing
already?
well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a link on Sports Car Global that you can find on RWEC stating that they've been having problems with the engine, and there's an interview from Dodo Kronheimer and Marco Bononomi explaining that to Nick Holland.
Okay, I just want to take this small moment to say that I am posting the race thread right now. It is going live right now, and I'm going to
Whoa.
post that over into the IRC as well.
Nowhere before have you had instant information of breaking news when an official race thread was posted in a Reddit Motorsports subreddit. I just want to say we just broke ground right there.
We just broke the internet.
But it just
We're lanes ahead.
Take that.
Breaking new grounds, guys.
Oh, it's ahead.
But yeah, so beyond that, yes, I do think it is absolutely a possibility. Because that and that almost segues into a completely unrelated question, which is, will we see a P1 get in a major accident this year? Do you think we will see that?
I think
Yeah, it
yes,
always happens.
I don't think it always happens. I think that the conditions this year are going to make it happen. The fact that the LMP2s are so fast, the fact that the GTE Pros are so fast, the fact that we've got some AM teams which don't have that much experience yet are in cars that are setting lap times under 3:30 and 4 minutes for the respective classes is going to make it a likely problem.
The question now is, will AF Corsa go doot doot chugga chugga big red car and hit a P1, or will the P1s just crash on their own?
¿Por qué no los dos?
See?
And will it be Tracy Krohn?
Yes. Also, if Tracy Krohn spins, you must take a drink.
Tracy Krohn has an amazing ability to be fast and to spin, but not hit anything and not break anything. I think, like, I remember, I think it was the 2015. Oh no, it was last year when he was in the LMP2 car. He spun about 8 or 9 times, and that car still got to the finish.
He actually collided with John P. at the chicane.
That was hilarious.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Let's even enhance this further. Will Tracy Krohn crash anywhere outside of the Mulsanne chicanes or Mulsanne corner? Because I don't think he spun. I don't remember him spinning anywhere else other than along the Mulsanne straight. He hates the kinks.
Yes.
And he hates the chicane or the Mulsanne corner. I don't get it.
I predict that he's going to spin at Tetra Rouge and he's going to spin at Arnage. Because first year.
If he spins at Tetra Rouge, that's going to be a scary spin.
I know.
Anyway, yeah. So So over under on Tracy Krohn spinning twice, 2.5 times. 2.5 times. Over under.
Well,
yeah,
spins
a
over.
lot of
Spins half the
question.
time.
I'm taking over on that one.
Okay, one's got over.
I'll take over.
Okay.
Well, I think Lotta had a question to read us.
Well, Kiwi Chris actually answers the question. Speaking of, incidents, what are the chances of slow zones causing an incident?
100%. It always does. So if you remember last year, there's a video of one of the Audis just not realizing that something was slowing down and just smashing through the entire pack of cars that was in the slow zone.
I think that was 2015. That was heading into Indianapolis.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. But the slow zone procedure is brand new this year, where they have predefined sectors of the track that they can just say like S7 slow zone or whatever, and then as soon as you get in that section, there's a button you press and it slows you to the pit limiter. So at least it's predefined, but there's also the possibility of somebody blowing the pit limiter and just breaking their car in the slow zone. So
Yeah, they
I
got
think it's gonna
they
break
got to
someone.
be idiotic though. I mean, like there's
Yeah,
still
well,
injury in the car.
The thing is that the slow zones have been completely redone for this year, as you said, but they've been done in a way such that the start of the slow zones are in sections where you would be accelerating, so you'll be able to see straight away that that something's wrong, and you can see the yellow flags, and they'll be right in your face. You'll be able to accommodate that. So, like, I mean, if you've got your Andy Blackmore Spotters Guide handy, if you go to page 3, they've got the pink sections, which are the new slow zone sections. So you can see that the first one ends on the exit of the Dunlop chicane, and then the second one ends at the exit of Tertre Rouge. So those are the start points for the further ones, which means that instead of being at high speed and having to come down very quickly, you're already at a low speed, and that means that you're able to better go into the slow zone without hitting stuff.
Yeah. So I'm seeing on the Scratchpad document that Baikal is barbecued and they will not be starting.
They will not be starting? Oh, no. Okay,
I
everyone.
don't verify it, but
Everyone get your black markers of doom ready.
well, don't do it yet. Don't do it yet. I
Not
see.
That's a
out.
big shame.
They're just not
That's
starting.
a big shame.
Okay,
Because
we'll see. Right now, I would. Sorry, I'm gonna do a slight joke before you actually get serious, Flood. I would, because of YouTube copyright infringement laws, play a song, but I'll just instead sing "In the Arms of the Angels."
Oh, please do.
Oh,
right
please.
In the
Yes.
arms of the angels.
now. No.
In the arms
Okay.
of
All right.
the
Okay.
No. You need to get higher. Squeeze them nuts. Make it happen.
Balls and nuts. We got a theme going on here. I hadn't figured it out yet. But anyway, Flood, what you were saying.
that was a real shame if the white collars don't make the start, because they have been putting in very good lap times in qualifying and in testing ahead of the LMP2 field, and I was so keen to see them blitz the LMP2 field for a change and actually put themselves at the top and have P1 be all at the top of the race. So for them to get to this point and to suffer something like that, especially with the news coming through that they're not going to be doing any of the rest of the season, that makes me sad. But barbecue collars is going to barbecue, so.
so mean.
I believe the IRC has to drink now.
All right, we have another question. How many times will RLM say the phrase "bitte goal"?
Oh, Graham Goodwin doesn't say it anymore. Oh,
I think we called him out on it too much.
yeah. Oh, it makes me sad. On that note, Graham, if you are listening somehow, which you're probably not because you've got your own radio show going, we love you and don't ever change.
I see another question from Cassis27. How was the warm up? Anything happen? Well, Baikal went boom. That's what happened.
And also Kobayashi put in a 318
on like
318 race sim. So bloody hell.
Toyota's got speed, and that was also set on the hard tire, I believe.
Yeah. Okay, we got about 20 minutes left before the stream starts. What Le Mans traditions do you guys have? And this goes out to those in the IRC as well. What Le Mans traditions do you have? What little things do you do to get yourself through the 24 hours?
I wake up too early and listen to you guys babble.
Yeah, but C1, you love us.
So what I usually do, I usually have like 5 screens up. So I've got my Chromecast with the race stream, and then I've got my 2 computer screens, one of which has the Slack and IRC, and the other which has live timing. And then I usually have my laptop up, which has an onboard of whoever's leading. And then I usually have Reddit up on another screen. So that would be 6 screens, actually. But unfortunately, I have to miss 3 hours of the race because I have to go out of my own house for some reason. Meaning I can't set up any of my other screens until 5 p.m., which is in that's in 9 hours from now.
Damn.
It's a sports car fan's worst nightmare.
It is.
DC3.
I have to go to a
posted-
Father's Day dinner.
Oh, that sucks.
I'm
DC3.
responsibilities.
Chris Washer has a thing to read us.
Yeah,
Yes.
DC3 posted his Le Mans tradition. He says, not being able to sleep the night before, then being angry for the rest of the next day because I'm already tired.
That's pretty much
Perfect.
That's pretty much half of us.
Tumpa says not being drunk makes it easier to stay awake.
That's
That's
a
true.
damn lie.
stupid. That is the
Okay,
worst.
well, to start, you got to start up high, and then you work your way down. All right. Yeah, he's got to start somewhere, guys. You can't start at the bottom and start drinking. You have to feel like, and then you have to just ruin your life.
Oh, going back to
Who we
the
talking
warm-up,
about?
Kiwi Chris has stated that
Simple.
the EDEX Sport Ligier has also crashed in warm-up.
He went
Okay.
to the gravel trap. It wasn't exactly a crash. He was spun out into the gravel trap. He will make it to start of the race, though, definitely.
That's good.
Yeah. Cool. I think my little one tradition is printing off the spotter's guide, having that up on the wall, and the black marker of doom. So if you haven't done that, you got about 20 minutes before the stream starts to go do that. Another thing I love to do is I have a racing chair as my computer chair. I sit in my computer racing chair for the 24 hours and just watch the timing screen like a hawk, and deal with all you rowdy rabble in the IRC for 24 hours. And also I talk like completely nonsensically for the entire week beforehand about Le Mans and about the qualifying and about dumb stuff about managing this place to everyone who will listen, which is no one.
This is true.
It's just usually autistic people. Like I say, that's just my theory. So
Wow.
hey, it's
Yep.
okay. It's okay. Just accept it. It's fine.
I think my favorite thing so far is that we do have a written down quote in the scratch pad from Floodman11 saying, "I think it's time we modded Pooh Man."
And if
I
So it shall be
personally,
done.
being a lover of chaos, I'm 100% on board with that. You got one vote here, Pooh Man. You got one vote here.
also on the scratch
We should have
pad,
done. We
there's,
should
like,
do that
if-
for. We should have done that for April Fool's Day.
Also on the scratch pad, it shows that Pooh Man gets voice. It says 2 shots with a pistol to your head.
Oh,
Holy crap.
okay.
That
well,
got dark.
Yeah.
So anyone in the IRC, was anyone in the IRC there for the Rolex 24? If you're in the IRC
Yes.
for the Rolex 24, put your hands up.
Yeah.
Flood.
And we're
We can't
we're
see
gonna-
hands through the internet, buddy.
No,
Well,
but
I
you
mean-
can do this. Me slash me raise his hand. Ooh.
Whoa.
Ooh.
Wait a sec. Also. Stick figure man. You gotta raise the stick figure hand.
Ooh, those
There
we
hands.
go.
Again, we're doing things via a
Found the Eve
screen
player.
that no one else can see, doing a thing on a audio only channel.
maybe,
It's like
yeah,
Mitch Hedberg.
Exactly.
So I believe that a certain Kurzwager 97 has an announcement, whatever that may be.
It's actually, yes, it pertains to WEC chat. Seems fitting to do it in WEC chat live. Mid-August, be on the lookout for a special edition of WEC chat. It's a Super GT episode. It's basically me, Alex Sinclair, and Roy O'Connell from the Super GT subreddit that's going to preview the Suzuka 1000 kilometer race. And that's going to be very exciting. First one of its kind for WEC chat. I hope you guys enjoy it. And there's going to be a lot of information floating around that maybe you guys don't know, and hopefully gets you guys in Super GT.
Yeah,
Also
that's
became-
cool. I do like the fact that we're going and spreading out into other little fields. Like, I mean, we've got another one coming up, the Bathurst 1000 one, which will be in October for the Bathurst 1000 race, and that one was very popular last year, and that will be with me and Kiwi Chris. So we're becoming one big happy motorsport family, everyone.
It's the best.
Yeah.
Join us.
We're happy.
Join us.
I mean, most of us are one.
What'd you say?
We
Yes.
just scared off everybody else.
Oh wait, no, that was Lana. I have another question for everyone. What is your favorite livery this year?
Larbra.
Talk with
Anything that has black, white, and red.
Excuse me, sir. I prefer red, white, black. So you can go fuck yourself.
Oh, hey, hey,
Sorry.
hey.
that's money in the swear jar, Cookie.
We're live.
Wait, how much is that jar up to now?
I
$6.
think that's like 3
What?
months worth of gold.
What does Swearjar go to? Gold?
I don't know,
I guess
probably. maybe.
I don't. Yeah, but I don't know who to give it to after that.
Give it to me. I want it.
Do is
Why?
person
It's,
who
why
has
not?
everybody in this swear jar goes to that. Should we just give it to Pooh Man?
Yeah, but then we'd have to know Pooh Man's Reddit account. No one knows. Pooh
Yes,
Man,
we
who are
do.
you?
Nice to pull, man.
Who are you,
Um,
Man?
Anyway, I think my favorite livery this year is the what is it? I had it in my head, but now it's gone. I really like the chrome Clearwater Ferrari one. That looks sick.
The 60, I believe.
Yeah, the number 60 car. But I also really like the Dallara number 47, this Setila Villa.
Corsa.
That one, thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, no, that one, the Dallara looks amazing. It looks amazing. The paint job on that one looks amazing, and also the S&P one as well. I just really like the Dallara. I want some more Dallaras in my life.
What do you think the most obnoxious one is?
I would still have to be Larbra. I love it, but it's really obnoxious.
I don't know. I
Well,
think
they've got a black light for their. By the way, if you if you note that too, that's no one could figure out apparently in the streams why the Corvette pits look dimmed. It was because the number 50 pits are black or black lit instead of normal.
so the car stands.
So because there's
That's
fluorescent or whatever on the car, so it actually
That's awesome.
you'll see it stand out when it's getting service in the pits.
It's also glow in the dark, I think, too.
Yeah.
I think the most obnoxious one is the 61 Ferrari with the stupid fucking flames.
Yeah.
So from IRC, DC3 has stated that the number 83 DH Racing Ferrari livery is really obnoxious.
Shoo, Mr. Magoo.
For reference, the 83 is the Krone Racing car. Tracy Krone, Nicholas Janssen, and Andrea Bartolini.
I actually think Scuderia Corsa number 62, the WeatherTech Ferrari, that grinds my gears in just all the wrong ways.
WeatherTech just
that's-
full wraps everything in the same generic WeatherTech livery, so I think
Well,
that's
see, it didn't look too bad. It didn't look too bad in the Porsche. It didn't look too bad on the Mercedes, but on the Ferrari, it just does not look nice.
It should have just been red with just like the WeatherTech white and black logo, just stickered on the side, just full red coat. Who cares? However, wait before we continue, I wanted to do this quick. Everybody loves posting battle stations, and we're all gonna be posting them soon. I've got mine. You'll see mine as well posted up too. Let's do this. I will give gold to the person who can put the most simultaneous screens up with a different camera angle or something on it. Simultaneously at the same time, and it's all got to be in a shot.
I have.
Do we have a battle station side? Because I think we should probably make.
We don't have a battle station thread, but that's okay.
All screens have to be larger than 9 inches.
9. I'm up to 10.
What are you trying to say? Are you being sizes?
Wait, so Cookie,
I'm
I
making
can
it only
conceivably get
tablets.
Listen.
6.
Size does matter. Yeah, phones don't count. Don't go get your 1992 Motorola and put some. It'll probably run Doom, but
I'm not sure where we're gonna put this because I just thought of this now because I know we already have a couple battle station posts up here already, but I don't know. Let's figure it out. But
Yeah.
All right, I'm exempting myself from the competition, but I currently have 10 So
Wow.
well, you're gonna have to post a
That's what
picture
it should be
anyway
going
for reference.
get it on up. Get it on up.
You know what's
boys.
gonna happen? Someone at the track is gonna find their way into the official race control room, and they're gonna post a picture of that, which has 60 screens.
Graham Goodwin is gonna post.
Yeah.
Well, then it's over. Then it's over.
Paul Twassell posts his walking data center. Just one more point of real talk before we start the full just going nuts. I noticed the GTE AM qualifying had something very, very peculiar about the final results. 3 of the full season WEC entrants, the number 88. Oh wait, no, that's an ELMS car. Sorry, my bad. Let's try that again. 2 in that case. The number 54 Spirit of Race car and the number 86 Golf Racing Porsche were 58th and 59th overall. That really annoys me because they should be towards the front if they're going to be in the WEC competition, but they're not. They're very, 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 very far back. And to add to that, the number 61 Clearwater Racing Ferrari is also only in 55th position.
Well, you got to remember who qualified the car. We don't actually know that at the moment.
You would expect the pros to be qualifying the car. I mean, every single GTM car for the first time got under the 4-minute mark, which means that the track A is very quick, and B, the pros must be the ones setting the lap. Because I think
especially for the M classes, qualifying really doesn't matter.
This is true.
So,
but it does kind of annoy me a little bit, the fact that of the bottom 5, 3 of them are full season entrants.
Yeah, like
and
if I were a GTEM team, I would be sticking my bronze drivers in during quality just to get them more laps. Perfectly honest.
But I throw my pro in, like, you know, at midnight one night just to let him stretch his legs. Personally, on the plus side, the 98 was second in qualifying. That's another full season entrant, so that makes me happy. And the 77 was fourth in class. So, I mean, hey, silver linings, right?
Yep, like there being 10 minutes to live stream, 10 minutes to live stream.
Woo!
We got the banner board up.
So when are you gonna pop your champagne this year, Cookie?
I haven't even bought it yet, boys. Haven't
even bought it.
Nope.
What the fuck is that?
I'm gonna get on that. So somebody's dry heaving.
Smoking.
So again, I suggest make sure you hydrate, and if you need to vomit, make sure to do it in a waste bin or a.
Nope.
Okay, no.
Do it in your pants.
Ender 52 asks in the IRC, can we get a full 24-hour WEC chat commentary?
So
I wish.
We'd probably
I wish,
all
but
die.
I also want to watch the race.
Yeah.
Listen,
I don't know, man. Do we even sound halfway intelligent? Would we even be?
I know I'm fucking retarded.
At this point in time, I'd like to point out that on our live stream, we currently have
There's never been anything intelligent.
351 live viewers.
What are you people doing? listening
Now,
to this?
I did threaten to do it. Kessis27 here. I did threaten to do it
There it is.
because it was in the middle of the Nürburgring 24 hours, and we were listening to Haven, and I think at that point, I threatened to do the full 24 hours myself because I think I could do it better.
I mean, it is Haven. Anyway, I have some advice for people. If you want to stay up for 24 hours, remember, energy food is better than energy drink. Okay? So get your carbs, get your sugars, get, like...
More sugars.
Get just complex carbohydrates will keep you awake because your body will respond to having stuff in its belly. So energy food is better than energy drink.
And if you're an American, get some barbecue because America.
Trussell uses bananas.
Bananas are good. Fruit especially is really, really good. And yeah, if you are going to do a barbecue, you might want to ask
If you
my
need carbs, crack open a beer.
Wow, okay. Yeah.
RWEC recommends drinking responsibly above the legal drinking age in your place of residence. Thank you very much.
I say everyone have fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't discriminate.
So when are we going to see one drunky note then? If
Let's see, what time is it? 7:23. I don't know. I could probably shoot for 9 if we wanted.
Oh well, Lord.
It's more like one fucked up note.
That's more. See, this is what happens when we have absolute. This is WEC chat uncut. Really, there's so much editing that just goes into just editing out swears. Oh God.
Hey, I don't have a bleeper.
I'm gonna say my prime time tonight or today is probably gonna be between 9 p.m. and 9 a.m.
And
those
he's
12
gonna be
hours
drunk during Sky Active Hour.
are gonna be.
Oh well.
Hey Chris.
Oh, yeah,
Chris,
I might just take over Cookie's live stream and just talk to myself.
Chris, what's Sky Active Hour?
Sky Active Hour is when the whole IRC chat goes batshit insane for an hour.
Excellent description.
The memes.
Just
the
sorry.
spam.
I just feel like I feel like I should cut in here. DC3 asked in the IRC, Floodman 11, how the F do you turn this shit into a reasonable podcast?
What's F stand for?
I
Very
have
carefully.
absolutely no idea, but it mostly comes down to meticulous planning and pages of notes. Unfortunately, we
And
don't
me
have
not
that
being
this
there.
time. Yeah, basically.
Well, and an explicit filter as well. That also helps.
Yeah, and a
Yeah,
lot of
editing.
post-production editing.
To anybody
And
new that
pictures.
hasn't watched this before, if you do not have a team picked out yet or a driver, if you have a favorite series you follow, try to find a team or a driver in each class to follow. And
Yeah, pick
even if
by colors.
they don't even have, like, seriously, you do not have to be. God, I flew right over that. But they don't have to be specifically like even a in first or second in class. You know, they could be a little bit farther down in their specific class. They're going to work their way up and fall down and work their way up and fall down. So it'll be, you know, it's interesting and it keeps you interested in the race just to see where they're at if you pick one.
Yep.
If you don't have a context for it originally. So
Yeah, it just helps you to like stay connected because if you become emotionally invested in a car, you're more likely to stay up watching the whole time, which is really useful because then you can say that you did it. So do it.
I have one last bit of actual discussion before we say goodbye here. Who are the hero stints gonna come from?
Nick
I'm gonna put Lapierre. Okay, that's a good start. I'm gonna put a hand up and I'm gonna say LMP2. They're gonna be hero stints from Mr. Alex Lynn in the number 26 G Drive car, and the hero stint from Matteo Vaxivieri from the number 28 TDS racing cars. Those two guys have been impressing me so much this year, and I am so keen to see them racing at Le Mans. So write those names down now. If you're listening to the IRC or listening on the stream, write those names down. Alex Lynn, Matteo Vaxivieri, get on it. They're gonna be amazing.
You
My
also
vote-
should look for Nicolas Lapierre to go. Oh, no, never mind. That's the wrong class. Sorry. Continuing in LMP2. What's his name?
Fancy Tichy?
No, Gustavo Menezes. He's
Menezes?
absurdly quick from last year.
Yeah.
So
This is true.
keep an eye on
I
him.
got one for
Chris?
GT. Tracy Crone, because they'll actually take the car home.
God damn.
I mean, Tracy Crone is actually a fast driver. He's just also fast and spinny. He's like a fidget spinner. Topical
Before we-
meme.
Oh,
Tapakekasa.
what a meme!
Before we leave
What a
entirely
meme.
This is
LMP2.
where I fucking end my life.
Okay, before
One
we end
eye-
LMP2, we have one fatality.
Who is it?
I'm a little sorry for that one. I really, really
God.
am. What about in
Look-
the GTE AM class? Because I mean, like the pros are all going to be pros, the GTE or LMP1. But what about the AM class? Where are they gonna go?
JMW has two very, very quick drivers in Will Stevens and Dries Vantor. They were trading GTE pole for a lot of Q2. Also, Stefan Lemarais did pretty okay in the 88 in his qualifying, despite having almost no experience. So, yeah.
Alexander
GTM.
65.
In GTM, the important thing to me is to look for how the silver drivers do, because that is
The AM driver wins the
defining.
race, right?
Yep.
It's not even the full M. It's usually the professional masquerading as an M. But
No,
these
I
are
mean-
the silver stints are the ones that win the races. And what will be really interesting to me is to see which teams put their silver driver in for the fastest happy hour stints. Last year, if I remember correctly, the 83 put Aguash in their silver driver instead of Collard, their platinum. And that's going to be telling to me.
And Agras was one of the better silver drivers last year, and he really made the most of that time in the car. It looks like
player is live.
the stream player is live, but the stream itself isn't yet. So we're going to
Yes.
talk a little bit more. What else can we talk about? Final predictions. Final thing before we go. Final predictions. Cookie. Final predictions.
Toyota wins. Ha ha ha.
Toyota wins.
Good.
I didn't see it. Well, that came out of left field.
Surprise!
Toyota number 7. I picked Toyota number 7.
Number 7, number 8.
I actually-
Any takers on number 8?
I'll take number 8. I think number 7 crashes.
No.
I predict that Kobayashi will be leading at the 23 hours and 1 minute mark, crash, and then still win the race.
By running the rest of the way?
No, by limping it back to the pits and changing tires. Come on.
Oh, okay.
Or just pushing the car. Either way.
I'm gonna be that one guy, that one freaking guy, and say number 1 Porsche.
I'm going number 2
Porsche has
Porsche.
my heart.
I'm going number 2 Porsche.
Toyota's gonna
There you go,
dominate the race
Kiwi.
until 23 hours and 57 minutes. We've been through this.
It's all a joke. This is all a joke. It's all a joke. It's just a joke, guys.
Chris Monster 97 has been banned.
What about LMP2? Who are we picking in LMP2?
G Drive.
G Drive? Yeah, I agree.
No, I don't think G-Drive is the strongest team there.
Ooh.
I picked Valance Rebellion.
Ooh.
31.
31.
I think the 13 Rebellion and the 38 Jackie Chan DC racing cars have the best.
There we are.
Stream is live.
Stream
Opening
is live.
20 in 23 seconds, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, final.
What about GTE? GTE!
Clearwater.
68.
98.
Corvette.
60.
Access 67.
I don't know.
69. I'm all about 69.
Race intro has begun, gentlemen. I see
GTEM.
planet
Holy
Earth with the
shit, it's
sunrise.
Everyone, have a great day. Enjoy the race. We'll talk to you later on
Also,
IRC.
check the CSS. Check
And
the
we're
CSS
live.
for every single
And the
moment.
Black
Bye
Mark
bye.
We have intro music.
Ah!
All hail Admon.